Welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic, and to another episode of my series, Free on Facebook, which is a series of videos in which I find things for free and I show you how to repair them, repurpose them, or reuse them in another manner. In this video, I got this GE electric dryer that's taking a long time to dry the clothes. Basically, they have to do 2 or 3 cycles in order for the clothes to get dry. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. Here's the dryer in question. This video is going to be applicable to pretty much any sort of GE dryer that you've bought in the past 10 years or so. That'll cover a variety of different models. They're all basically the same. Believe it or not, I picked up this nearly new dryer and washer from the same person. They're saying that the dryer was taking too long, so they were also going to upgrade to a new washer dryer matching set. So out on the curb just because of a dryer taking too long to dry. And as you'll see in this video, this is a repair that can be done without any sort of replacement parts. It's just about opening this up and cleaning it. So I'm going to show you how to properly do that and show you that it's not that difficult to do. But this is quite nice to get a set like this for something that's going to be really simple. And this is not the first time that I've picked up a set that's matching just because one of the two was not working. But let's get to it. What we're going to do is we're going to come back to the back of the dryer right here, and we're going to be undoing the 2 1/4-inch screws. So 1 and 2. And that'll allow us to kind of flip this panel up. All right, so after undoing those 2 screws back there, what we're going to do is kind of just pop this up. In order to do that, you just got to push down and then just push down really hard, and then it should just up and out. Right, so I just had to push back on the panel, and after that you can kind of flip it up. You do want to be careful. These are plastic clips. You don't want to break them. I got lucky I didn't break any, but just be gentle. And then after that you can just kind of flip it up like this, and we're going to come to the back and undo that screw right there and that screw right there. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not going to click it back into this place. I'm just going to kind of put it into a temporary spot there. It's not exactly in the spot, but that way I don't have to risk it falling off and dangling by the wires or something. After that, we're going to come to the screws in the front. These screws are a little bit hidden, but up here you can see 1 screw right there and the other one right there. These are quite long because they hold the top up. So we're going to undo those 2, and then that's going to kind of allow us to pull off this entire front bulkhead and get access to where we need to get to. Alright, so with those 2 screws removed, we should be able to get access to the top right here. There we go. Just kind of, all we're going to do is just move it off to the side. I'll move it back a little bit. That's it. Just move it off to the back. That way we get access to these screws. So there's a 1/4-inch right there and a 1/4-inch right here. So those also need to be undone. Okay, after you undo those, you should be able to pull this bulkhead off. There we go. Once we do that, it's just going to be hanging by the 3 clips on the bottom. So we're going to lift up. what you can do is you don't even, so there's a wire right here, and I'll show that by moving my camera. That's what's holding the bulkhead on. It's just that lid lock mechanism wire right here. In order to do this, what we can do is we can unclip the wire, or we can actually just move this to the side and get access to it that way. Either way, it'll probably do what we need to do. But just to be thorough, we're gonna unclip the wire. To recap how I did it was you're gonna have to remove this protective cover right here, and then after that you'll see that the connector is connected into right here, and it's a little bit difficult to undo, but all you got to do is kind of get a screwdriver and put it on this tab right there and push down and pull out. As I learned, it is a little bit difficult, but it can be done. So it's like hidden under there, and it connects in over here. I won't push it all the way in because it's not fun to get out, but yeah, there we go. So just push on that part right there and you pull it out at the same time, and it will come out, trust me. That'll free up this bulkhead, and we can inspect it more closely and see what's going on. It's not very hard to tell, you know, why it wasn't drying completely. Take a look at the air pathway right there. It is completely, or at least partially, clogged right there, and right there these pores are clogged as well. So I'm gonna try to, as you can look right there, those are completely clogged right there. I'm gonna try to push those out and try to vacuum everything up, maybe get my compressor and blow that stuff out. That's gonna be fun. But look, as you can see, it's just, look at that. This is about, I don't know, a 4 or 5 month old dryer, I should say. But these pores are clogged. It's probably because that, like I said earlier, that lint trap hasn't been cleaned prior to every run. Actually, we should pull this lint trap out prior to cleaning this so we don't damage it, because this pretty much is the reason why it was taking so long to dry. Before I actually get my vacuum, this is just all the stuff I got out from just my screwdriver right here, and then I went into these pores right here, and I kind of poked the stuff out this way as well. That's probably about 90% of it. The vacuum will take care of the rest. But like I said, before you do that, go ahead and take out the lint filter, or the lint trap, whatever you want to call it, because you don't want to poke a hole through it as you clean that out. And plus it won't allow you to get up all the way up there. So do remove that part as well. But take a look at that. That's just from scooping all that stuff out. So yeah, that's gonna cause a lot of issues. All right, so that's what it looks like when it's nice and clean. I went into the cabin as well, into the blower housing, but the main part was the back vent, and obviously this portion right here, the bulkhead I should say, nice and clean, no more lint. I went all the way inside. So we just gotta put this thing back together, and it's pretty much everything in reverse. So well, let's do that next. All right, so the first thing we'll do is we'll put this top bulkhead on to the cabin. So there's 3 clips right there, 1, 2, 3, and they go into the 3 slots on the bottom. So we'll do that. And once that's kind of on there, we're gonna go ahead and clip the lid lock switch right here, the lid open. I should say the door open switch back in as well into the connector. All right, so once you got the door open switch or the door switch connected back up, you're gonna go ahead and push this piece back on the top. You may have to lift this up and it's gonna fit into, this is right here is the bearings, and it's gonna fit underneath the drum. So the drum's gonna sit inside like so. Need a little bit of a juggling act, but it's not that difficult. Once you get the holes all lined up, go ahead and tighten up that screw. Alright, we're going to position the top. You've got the 2 screws in there on the front. We're going to put the 2 screws that belong in the back. After those 2 back screws are on there, we're going to go ahead and put the panel back on. After you've got the panel on there, we're going to go ahead and put those 2 long 1/4" screws on in the back. So that's basically how you fix a GE dryer that's taking too long to dry. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign. Alright, so I've got the dryer hooked up to my little test station here. It's on regular heat. Just put it on time mode. I didn't put any clothes in the dryer because I wanted to make sure it wasn't making any sort of atypical noises. That would mean that I didn't install something correctly, but it sounds good. And I'm going to come to the back of it right here and put my hand down there, and that's nice and hot. It's been running for a few minutes, so that's going to resolve that issue. And that's kind of obvious by the amount of lint that we pulled out of there anyways. So yeah, so that's how you do that, and that's how you get a GE dryer back up and running. In my case, I got the washer right there in the deal, which is for free.